What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 AI only world battle with the Health and Plagues mod, and this is the much anticipated results video, the top 10 civs of the game. There will be one more video in this series. Of course, I'll be going on to turn 450. I'm going to do that as soon. We'll start making that as soon as this is done. I'm just going to let the game run to turn 450. It's going to take ages, probably take a couple of hours, so that's why I'm not showing it. But I'm going to go over the top 10 as of right now through the system I've discussed many times in previous videos. So I'm going to start off with a quick honourable mention to the 11th place Civ, because I made a miscalculation for a moment and thought they came 10th, but then I realised I missed one of the other ones above them out. So that is actually 11th place, and we're looking at their empire right now. That is the Huns. Came 11th. There's a big gulf between 10th and 12th in terms of the point system, and the Huns came sort of in the middle of that, so I thought we'd give them a quick shout out, because they look pretty cool. They are pretty big. So yeah, let's go into the actual top 10 right now. And in number 10, we have to move very far. We have Russia. So yeah, Russia, they survived. They're a bit boring. It's kind of a shame they got in 10th. But obviously we saw towards the later game, they've got quite a good air force here. They've got a lot of up-to-date units, shall we say. But they've been relatively safe. I think they've been friends with Poland most of the time. So yeah, they squeezed into 10th. It's been pretty good. Seeing Eastern Europeans, the Huns and Russia, 10th and 11th is a really good for those guys. They haven't torn each other apart as they would usually do. Now, I'm going to have to keep checking my list, so I'm just going to move it over here. So in 9th place, we move very far away, however, from Eastern Europe to Australia. Came 9th. Didn't do very much either. They took a few people out that settled near them, and they're still behind technology-wise compared to Russia. But what they did do, of course, late game, which was pretty awesome, was they invaded Central or Northern South America, I guess, and the Galapagos Islands here, and came over to Australia, to South America. Australia came to South America, which I thought was really cool, and they are one of the stronger people in the Pacific Ocean. Anyway, into 8th place, and we go across to South America, and we have Argentina. Bit of a surprise that they came 8th. Them and Australia were found very close to each other on almost all the info addicts. I think Australia just had a technological edge, and maybe a bit of land. But yeah, Australia, I'm going to get this wrong so many times. Argentina, not too much to say. I mean, they probably would have finished higher had they not have finished the campaign in a big war and lost a lot of their military at the time. So, but generally they've done okay. They've come out the strongest in South America. I mean, there's not much left of Brazil anymore, and the Incans are pretty weak. So yeah, the Argentina have come out on top in South America. And then into 7th place, we have India. I was saying India were pretty good towards the later game, and I was kind of right. They came 7th. They did okay. They didn't do too much in terms of wars. They did a little bit up here. Obviously, they took Beijing from China, which was impressive. And obviously, they held on to Mumbai in the end up here. And obviously, they took out parts of Korea. So they did do quite a bit warring out far away from India. They also obviously invaded Arabia at one point. But other than that, they stayed quiet. They kept on Vietnam side. A little disappointed they didn't take out Persia. That would have been cool to see. But yeah, Gandhi's done okay. He's got some nice cities here. Delhi at 30. And he's survived next to one of the bigger powers in the game in Vietnam. Now into 6th place. Here's where some of the surprises start to come about. And actually another honourable mention I want to visit now is a Civ that died kind of early. Or not early, very late. But would have definitely been up around this sort of spot if they hadn't. And that's the Iroquois. Obviously they did die. They're down here. They are going to be removed. They will probably be gone by the time we come back to it in 50 turns time. But yeah, into 6th place we do have quite a spread out Civ. It is Rome. So Rome came 6th, and it's a bit of a surprise maybe for some that they weren't in the top 5, because I at least had an established top 6, and then the Iroquois died. So you'd think Rome would come 5th or 4th if they were going to be last or wherever. But yeah, they came 6th. So I mean, they did okay. They did the best peace deal maybe ever in the history of peace deals, but none of these cities really provided much. I don't think they've really gained anything from that war. Really, they've not improved at all. Their capital kind of sucks, and they've never really gone on. I mean, most of the cities they have, except the ones they took from Spain, are their own. They settled them themselves. They didn't really do any warring. Did a bit in North Africa a long time ago, but it's not really benefited them. They had some great potential up here. Look at this massive navy. They never did anything. They left Germany and Britain, who are both weak alive, Obviously, they did attack Spain, or weaker, shall I say, Britain and Germany. So yeah, Rome, bit disappointing, really. So on to 5th place, and we have one of the surprise contenders that overtook Rome, that I don't think anyone maybe thought would get in the top 5, which is the prestigious level of this top 10, top 5. That goes to the Songhai. Now, as of right now, they're in 5th place. But I don't want to rain on their parade. They've done really well to come in 5th place. They've obviously done this big. They've conquered Assyria single-handedly, which is very tough considering you've got to get across this strip of land here. So it's no mean feat what they've done. But bearing that in mind, whether they'll still be here in 50 turns with this big monster Congo down below them. And that moves us on to 4th place, where we do have the Congo. So Congo came in 4th. They're a bit quiet, really. They just got to where they are now and sort of said, yeah, we're happy with this. Didn't get rid of Zulu or Rhodesia. And obviously maybe they're scared of the Songhai. I mean, it's 4th and 5th. These are two... It's a pretty big border between two big powers now. Maybe something the Congo don't want to have to fight through. So, yeah, I'm not sure where the Congo go from here unless they take out the Songhai. Into the top 3, and these are the really prestigious top 3. On points, these 3 were out and away. I think quite far ahead of the Congo. I'm not sure. Let me just check. You can probably hear my paper rustling. So 3rd place... Actually, no. There was a top 4. 4th, 3rd and 2nd were very close to each other. And then 1st was a little bit out ahead again. A little bit more of a jump. So 4th was the Congo. And then a few points out in front of them in 3rd spot was Poland. I mean, again, another Eastern European who did relatively well in Europe. They are stronger than Rome. I think it's safe to say they're pretty technologically advanced. They're one of the 3 Civs who actually have atomic bombs at the moment. I know a few more can build them, but 3 of them that have them. They've got a very strong navy here by the looks of things. I mean, Caravel maybe put me off saying that, but so they got hit by some diseases which didn't help. But again, been very quiet. I mean, they've had most of these cities since sub term 100 and they're still here. Obviously they've also got this big blob out to the east as well, let's not forget, sort of surrounding Russia. But I think what I noticed through the campaigns, I think we could probably count Poland and Russia as one nation. I don't know whether they're friends. They don't seem to have open borders or anything, but you know, they seem like if they needed to be out there for each other, they'd be there for each other. So on to 2nd, and it is this game's version of China, except China died. It is Vietnam, our East Asian power, who have been very entertaining. I mean, it's been weird. They've done some wars out in the Hawaiian region. They control the Korean peninsula now. Towards late game, obviously, they've pushed north from their capital. It's a shame. And they obviously fought Indonesia briefly. But other than that, I mean, they've settled a bit. But mainly, they've been pretty peaceful. Well, not peaceful. They've been in wars a lot. Obviously, they did actually take the Middle East. They've not been peaceful. That was the wrong term. They do have atomic bombs. But they've been... I think they just got a good starting spot, I'm going to be honest, and they are a good AI mod. But yeah, it was a shame we never got to see them fight India, but again, we've got 50 turns to come, and on to 1st place, the undoubted, undisputable winner, basically USA plus Canada combined, and Mexico, and the Caribbean, it's Texas. I think they were guaranteed. I mean, last game, quick spoiler alert, look away now, for the AI only world with historic spawn dates, we had a very strong Aztecs in North America, and we had Persia, who were kind of not quite like Vietnam, but different. I don't know how to explain it, but there was Persia who you were a bit like, yeah, they're okay, but they've been very quiet for a while, maybe a Congo sort of level, and Persia won the campaign just through some of the background sort of statistics, even though the Aztecs were huge. But Texas didn't fall into that trap. They have won. Obviously, they took out one of the top Civs. If we'd have done this 50 turns ago, obviously the Iroquois would have been one of the highest ranked Civs. Texas took them out. We didn't really see. None of the other major powers ever got into conflict. We never saw Congo, Songhai fighting each other. Except maybe early in the game that might have happened. But Rome, and again Songhai, stayed peaceful. Rome, Poland stayed peaceful. Vietnam, haven't really got anyone out here. But I mean, India and Vietnam didn't go to war. But Texas, they just went in and they just took out the Iroquois, and at the same time, they took out the Aztecs, who weren't pushovers. I mean, Texas did roll them over pretty quickly, but you know, they held the Mayans back for a while. So that's going to be it for this campaign, all but the turn 450 video, which will be the next video. Then I'm going to be coming back to this map, to this game, because as I said before, I don't want to go back to Civ 6 until those new Civs are released, so that I can play the new Civs. But I will be coming back to this game to play a TSL game as the Netherlands. I'm really excited. Most of the Civs will stay the same. Maybe I'll throw in... I'll be obviously... The only thing that will happen is I'm spectating as the Ottomans. They'll be replaced with the Netherlands. And then I might swap somebody out, someone like the Inca, to put maybe a Champa mod or the Siam here, just to limit Vietnam. Because I think Texas deserved to win. Vietnam maybe had it a little bit easy compared to the Texans, who had a lot of North American civs to fight through. They control a huge amount of capitals, Texas. I think they have every capital of a civ starting in of all the civs in North America. Texas have every capital except the Mayans, but I guess they are kind of north, but except the Mayans. But anyway, that's be it. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, and maybe even subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.